Okay, I don't know if they tried to shut my live down or I exit up out of here. I don't know anything about this.
So everybody then what, like booked or?
Everybody's still around. They're probably trying to figure out who you are, but I do want to just end this with I appreciate you calling me and getting in touch with me, and best believe your word was heard today. And I appreciate you letting us know a little bit about Gregory because nobody knew anything about him. So now they're trying to say that's not his name. His name's not Gregory. And I don't really mind who is saying anything because that don't bother me neither. I got tough skin. Period. Point blank. So,
Well, let me say this about the name.
okay.
His name is his given name. His first name is Gregory. The middle name is Levi. So when you say his name is in Gregory, I'm wondering how do you know? So that's number one. And number two, yes, his middle name is Levi. But however, if you don't know, I will let y'all know that a middle name is of no significance because everyone don't have a middle name. So it can't be too important. So why is he taking the middle name in place of his real name? So it's quite apparent he feels as though that name is going to bring him something. That's why he's focusing so much on using that middle name. The rest of the men in his family, they don't never use that name. Because when you go places, for all of us who have middle names, do you really have to use that name? No.
I only use my middle name when that inner demon come out. I call it Lachey.
The only time they will make you in the business sense, the only time you have to use your middle name is when you're dealing with voting, doing your driver's license. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave if that's right in front. That's your credentials. Then you can't leave your middle name out because that whole name is registered in their system. And I think maybe if you go to the military or something, you know what I'm saying? There's some times where they make you use your whole name. You understand what I'm saying? But for the most part, a middle name, it can't be no big deal because everyone don't have one.
Correct about that.
So why is he focusing so much on using his middle name versus the other one? Because of who his uncle was. His uncle brought fame to Levi.
Who was his uncle?
Levi Stubbs of the Four Tops.
So that is his uncle.
And so for years he's tried to use that name because the uncle made it famous all over. You know, Motown is international.
Correct.
And so why are you the only male child in that family using Levi? Because the uncle brought fame to it. Now you want to sit back on the sideline and you saw his accomplishments, so now you want to go through life saying, yeah, I'm Levi Stubbs. I've sat up and listened to the radio, like on the weekend, and he's called in. I listen, I know his voice. I said, oh, wow, there go Greg. Hey, y'all, what's up? This Levi and this and this. And I remember one time he called the radio station, and about 3 people were sitting there. He's like, yeah, this is Levi Stubbs. And the host of the show, he said, say that again? He said, who is this and what kind of joke is you playing? He said, Levi died a few years ago. Oh, no, I'm his nephew. So see, he's called these stations and used that name, and they thought he was up to no good because everybody know that Levi Stubbs of the Four Tops is dead now. So you using his name, what are you after?
Money.
Apparently.
So why would y'all encourage, DJ was saying, why would y'all just allow him to keep skinning money off of R. Kelly if the family knew about him? taking money. Why y'all didn't stop him from doing that?
I think me knowing what type of people they are, and it's just that way before the R. Kelly scam thing, he was always like that kind of kid that they never could really do anything with, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they got the attitude like, well, he doing that, that's his thing. When they catch up with him, and it's not cute no more, we told him so. But what people have to understand is when you say stop him, we all grown. He grown. How you gonna stop him?
Exactly. I mean, really, what are y'all supposed to do? Go tie him down and lock him up? You know, and it sounds like his mother is passed, and she was the one who was really a little bit in control of him, even as an adult, as you're telling us. Wow, so he was a grown man living off his mom. Now, you know, I could say allegedly because I don't know Levi, but Vet knows Levi. So she's saying these things out her mouth about Levi. And if you wanted to say something to Levi right now, what would you say to him?
Shame. You can just brought a lot of shame, not so much to your family. You brought shame to yourself. And you know better.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much that's it, huh?
I would have to also say other than that, in the years of me knowing him and just knowing him to be just a naturally gifted brother, gifted with the word, gifted gab.
Mm-hmm.
We could take the Bible and break it down like the back of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So much wasted talent. Mm-hmm. And it's just it's embarrassing.
Have y'all tried to get in touch with R. Kelly's family when y'all knew that he was taking this money?
You know what? I would have to exclude myself with that part because the only thing I know about R. Kelly throughout the years of him, Gregory, going backstage in the parties and hanging, he would come home and like a day or two after R. Kelly would be here in Detroit, he would come back home and we would, just talk, and he would just tell me how it was and the women and the partying. So I never met R. Kelly or any of his family.
Okay.
And the only way I've seen R. Kelly's brothers is they have been on, Bruce was on Dr. Oz.
Mm-hmm.
And the other brother was like on the internet talking about what R. Kelly's going through. But me personally, I've heard of them through Greg.
Okay.
Greg would come back. You know how people come back from a concert and be, oh, girl, he was good, he told it, that kind of stuff. But I've never met R. Kelly or any of his family, so.
Hey, Latoya. Mm-hmm. Well, the main thing is this. He ended up getting all that money from R. Kelly. And pretty much his home state or wherever he's located right now if we needed to get back in touch with you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, when it comes to dealing with money and you collecting it for somebody else or a cause or charity, it's so many ways. It's so many ways you could have handled that.
Mm-hmm.
Where not $1 could have crossed your hand. You would not be accountable right now. In so many ways, if he was legit about catching, just getting all of this money from people and really sending it to where he claimed, it's so many things that he could have done where he wouldn't have had $1 come in his hand.
We just don't understand what made him eventually just say, hey, I'm going to start the dollar for the king. We don't understand that. Do
You know, when I was watching the video, when I first started watching the YouTube channel about him being R. Kelly's cousin, he would always thank the people for contributions to help the channel, you know, so he was getting money for that. And then one day I was watching,
your background is pretty loud.
one day I was watching the video and he just started talking about, let's start the fund Dollar for the King. So he sprung that on me just like he did y'all.
Wow. When you was leaving comments on his channel, because he did turn off his channels, like what was you saying to him in the comments?
When he first set up the channel, I would come on and I would comment and I would basically say to everyone, I just want to let y'all know this is not R. Kelly's real. I just came right out with the real from the jump. This is not R. Kelly's cousin, Donna.
Mm-hmm.
He had one of his sisters and one of his niece call. All three of us was on. They called me. We was all on the phone, and they were saying, yeah, he was real upset at what you said and this, that, and other. And he blocked me, so I couldn't tell the truth.
Mm-hmm. What his family meant, you saying they really don't even deal with him like that, so they wouldn't want to come on here and say,
oh no. Everybody got their own little, you know what I'm saying, their own little, you know, they got this attitude like, oh, that's what he doing, well, he can do him and I'm gonna do me. That's how they roll.
Oh, he one of them family members that they somewhat just let go because he was doing too much. So basically, you saying this man was scheming his whole life.
Mm-hmm. And they used to get on his, you know, his aunts, which is his mom's sisters.
Mm-hmm.
It was always getting on Evelyn, trying to get her to let him go, and she just wouldn't do it.
That's his mother.
Yep, they've had so many arguments with her, just him coming up teenage, 20s, 30s. And as a matter of fact, I used to sit there when I had more contact. We were always hanging. We would always end up over somebody's house or in the backyard for, you know, somebody's birthday. They have a barbecue. We hung for years. We used to go out of town together and everything. And I sat there for years, and they would get into it with his mother.
Mm-hmm.
She would always be real defensive. She was, you know, I mean, he would be like way too old for her to still, you know, take up for him like he was 12 or 13. He would be like in his 30s or 40s. And the number one argument with her family was over her not letting him go and grow up.
Wow.
I mean, just say he was 34 or 43.
Okay.
And they would just, they called her Elle. They say, Elle, but you know what? Greg, this, that, and other. Well, y'all don't tell me anything. That's my son. That's my son. And they say, yeah, but your son ain't no boy no more. Evelyn, when are you going? And girl, I would be sitting right there for years witnessing this.
Mm-hmm.
And she just would not let him go.
Mm.
She treated him like he was about 12.
Mm. It's crazy how he attached himself to R. Kelly, though. Like, you say that he met R. Kelly when R. Kelly had before. Go ahead. What can you elaborate again on that? Because I had to start this live over. You saying that
they met. What was that group he was with? Was it called Public Announcement? Kelly was with a group before he went solo.
Okay.
So he had just left that group, and he wasn't established yet.
Mm-hmm.
And he was letting everybody know, you know, my name is Robert Kelly, and I'm gonna call myself R. Kelly. Mm-hmm. And he met Greg in Southfield, mm-hmm. And instead of him getting a hotel room, which would have been expensive, he was here like a couple of months trying to pull together and record in some studios. So it was cheaper to get an apartment. He ended up getting an apartment where Greg and his mother stayed, and that's how they met.
Mm-hmm.
But when he met R. Kelly wasn't even out yet.
Mm. Yeah, so somebody says, so he's been doing this type of stuff for a very long time.
Pretty much, yeah. Just on a smaller scale.
So you saying when he reached this dollar for the scheme, that was like a high scale for him?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you know what? Honestly, with people sending money for, before they got to the dollar for the king, just people randomly just sending money to the channel. I think he probably looked and was like, oh, wow, I could just sit here on my behind and collect money.
And drink.
So when they started sending that money to that channel, he was geeked right then and there.
Oh, there was an income, huh?
When they started sending money, dollar for the king, people that's already sending money is probably gonna send even more money. Because this is R. Kelly fan base, they love him, they sympathize. So if I done sent you $50 just on the rip to keep your channel going, I'm probably gonna send you maybe 100 or more to collect for the defense attorney team. See, that's how people are.
Mm-hmm. So, when you was commenting in his earlier videos, was people noticing that he was scheming on his fan base? Like, what would he tell the people the money was going to? Like, what would he tell the people?
He didn't.
He just started
just collecting money. He didn't.
And see, I always said I wouldn't give no money to an organization that I don't know is legit at all. Did he know public announcement? Greg, did Greg know public announcement? The group?
You know what? That was one of those, back in the day, remember all them little groups that was here, a song or two and they gone,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because he had left that group when they first met. And when he first met him, he was telling them, I'm trying to get my solo thing going.
Oh, so this was before R. Kelly even really got on his own.
When they first met, he introduced himself, Robert Kelly from Chicago, and they talked and this, that, and the other. They would, kind of sit up and talk. Greg is into jogging. They would kind of jog around a little bit and just talk, and and that's how they befriended one another. So, and he said, man, he told him, he said, I'm coming out solo, I'm going to do my own thing, I'm going to call myself R. Kelly. He said, and, you pretty cool people, we keep in touch. And he kept his word, because Greg told me how he had met him. And we all lived like a few buildings over from him. I was right down the street when he met him. And he did keep his word when he got established and he went on, Soul Train, and you know what I'm saying, just started building yourself up. Greg would always show me his credentials. He would mail whatever to him, because he would come over my house and he would say, hey man, check this out. He'd say, R. Kelly coming to so-and-so in a week, and he would show me his backstage pass and tickets, and and I saw that for years.
So we want to know, where did that defensive fund money go, and how much did he?
I don't even know.
Nobody will know.
I don't even know. I don't know what he did with it.
Do you know for sure if it was going to the lawyers?
He told people he wanted them. He named the attorney, and he told people where he wanted the money to go.
You remember the attorney he named?
Not right off.
If I named it, would it sound familiar to you?
Maybe.
Was it Douglas Anton? Stephen Greenberg? Any of those attorneys?
It sounded like like it might be the first one.
Oh, Anton.
Yeah, it might be the first one.
So was he sick?
You know, you used to could go back and stroll through his older videos, and you could actually hear when he first said send the money, and he named the attorney. But if he didn't turn everything off, then you can't go back in his library and bring those videos up.
Yeah, because I was looking on them videos and I couldn't get to the root of it, of where he started the dollar for the king. But they saying he didn't start it by himself. He had some help to start this.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. All I knew is when I was watching a video and he was like, you know, thanking everybody for the parade and stuff, you know, hey, y'all rallying for my cousin, this, and this. And some people asked him, you know, you think you might want to come through? It was on the weekend. And then he said, I got an idea. You know, he's going to need all the help he can get on the for the defense attorney. Let's start. I got an idea. Let's start dollar for the king. Y'all send it, whatever. Send it to attorney so and so. But you know how that can be. If people already sending you money for just to keep your channel going, then people probably feel like they can trust you enough to send that money to you also.
So he was getting money sent to his channel, and then he started the dollar for the king.
Yeah. And actually, like I said, if he were legit about that money, as soon as that money came in, it's a lot of ways he could have handled that situation where he wouldn't have touched a dollar.
How do you know the money didn't go to the attorney? That's, you know, how do we know?
You know what? I don't know. But let me say this. There's two things that I don't put past anyone. And that's the temptation of sex and money.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why I say that is because of this. If I were collecting any kind of money for anyone, so I wouldn't be tempted to say, oh, damn, it's like $2,000. You know what? I'm just making an example. So I wouldn't be tempted to keep thousands of dollars. He could have set up a bank account in escrow. He could have went to probate court and set up a fund with probate court. Because when someone passes in your family, like for instance, if your mom passed and she was getting $3,000 back in taxes, you would have to go to probate court and become power of attorney over her estate. Once you do the paperwork in the court, then you can go get her taxes done. And you want to know how I know what I'm talking about? I had to do that with my family. My family died before some of my family passed, before they could get their taxes. I wasn't going to let the tax people keep it. So I had to become power of attorney. It is so many.
Right. We know he didn't want to do no rally.
There's so many ways that you can set up money that's coming in for some cause. You don't want to be accountable. You don't want to risk or being tempted to take some of that money. He could have set it up where even if he didn't do it through the attorney, he could have went other ways. Had somebody hold that money where no, I don't want to see none of it. That's if you legit.
Right. But it sounded like he wasn't legit from what you knowing. Why did he delete all his information?
The only thing I could come up with that one is, see, we right back to square one: lies and deception and trickery. The only thing is, you can run, but you really can't hide.
Oh no.
It's meant to come out. It's gonna come out.
And it was meant for you to get in touch with me, and I don't mind. Like I had.
Because I have been looking for a long time to try to see if I could let our Kelly's fan base know this is not his real cousin, and I think he's up to no good. And I've been trying to do that since he started, but he blocked me.
When the last time you talked to him? I know you said that earlier, but that live got it.
The last time I hadn't spoke with him hadn't dealt with him on the phone for years, because you know how sometimes you're on the phone with people 2-3 hours, and we used to talk like that for years. And he just randomly called me when Prince passed. He called me out of the blue. And he was like, hey, la-da-da-da, did you hear what happened to Prince? Because Prince's death kind of took everybody off the track, A lot of people was like, damn, Prince just died, so he was pretty much calling me, and a lot of people was in that mood, like, wow, Prince just died like that, because I don't think people really knew how sick Prince was. And so the last time Greg called me, we basically was just talking about what happened to Prince, and Prince been dead 4 years now.
Oh, so that's the last time you talked to him?
About 4 years.
But then you seen that he started the YouTube page. Is that what you said?
He started that. About 2 or 3 people in his family called me and told me he had just started. He started that, about a year ago? About the winter, the beginning of 2019 or something.
You're right.
Yeah. Because somebody called. See, because I didn't know. Because I don't have any contact with him. So somebody in his family called me, and they was just joking and tripping. And they called me, and it's somebody that I talk to all the time, and they said, Yvette, I got something to tell you. They said, write this down and go to YouTube and call me right back. And I looked up the channel, and I saw him sitting in the kitchen with his head turned and talking, facing, and I called the person back, and I said a joke. I said, I didn't know y'all was kidding R. Kelly now. And they said, we not.
That was his family said we not.
Yeah, they said we ain't kidding him. I said, well, according to that channel, y'all, I said, I didn't know he was R. Kelly cousin. Now they said, oh, okay, he ain't.
Do you got any pictures of him?
I had 2 pictures of him with, one was with him and R. Kelly backstage.
Is his face on that picture?
Half of it was cut off.
Why is his face is cut off in these pictures that we seeing?
Because he's so damn tall. R. Kelly is like a kind of medium. He ain't little, but then he ain't 6'7" either. And Greg is almost 7 feet tall.
Oh, wow. And he's not in a wheelchair. He can walk. He drinks a bunch of 40s all day long, as you say, right?
He drinks several cans of beer and Hennessy and,
And he ain't no high roller.
Now that he's always been a heavy drinker. And now that M is gone, he really laying it down.
And M is his mother.
Evelyn is his mother, and he's really, I know he, just miss her.
Wow. So is he married?
Not anymore. That's been gone for, some years.
So the apartment ain't a house. It's an apartment that we was seeing him in on that channel.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And he don't stay there no more. You said he stay in the basement.
I think he's in, one of his family members let him stay in the basement. If he's out of the basement, he might be living with, you know how some females are, they'll move, some women will just move whoever in. That's just how it is.
That's really don't know.
That ain't never going to change. So he might be If he's out of the basement living with someone, okay, or he might be kind of like back and forth, go stay with a female, back in the basement, back and forth, back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Do you still communicate with his family?
I talked to, let me see. Today is Tuesday. I just talked with somebody in his family about 2 nights ago.
What is?
We did our usual 2 hours on the phone.
What do they think about what he's doing with this R. Kelly situation?
Embarrassed, and they want to stay out.
And he's a grown man. You say he's 55? What did you say?
55.
And he don't work.
Nope.
So you mean to tell me he's the type of man that live off women?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know that for a fact?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. And you don't have no like grudge against Levi or nothing. You don't have no reason to come on here and lie about him or anything like that.
No, as far as I'm concerned, we still, from my vantage point, we still friends.
Yes, he did.
We still cool, and way before any of this has happened, I've been trying to get him to get in touch with me since he started that channel.
Why? Why did you want him to get in touch with you?
So he could do it right. Because everyone, R. Kelly is faced with a dilemma and a crisis in his life right now.
Okay, so I have a question for you. You said his faces is cut off the picture because he's 7 foot tall. I don't get that.
He's about 6'9". And so him and R. Kelly would take pictures where they, kind of like standing there together. And R. Kelly is not no big, tall guy like that. So when they would take the pictures, when he would give me, like show me the picture, give me a copy of the picture, you saw like a little bit of his face, but the top part of his head was just cut off because he's so tall.
Because it don't look like his face is actually cut off the picture. It just looks like it's not on the picture from what I've been seeing. The pictures that I only actually seen one picture and his face wasn't on the picture. And we thought maybe it wasn't on there because he took it off. But you're saying that it's not on there because he was too tall to fit in the whole picture.
We got another picture where he took, it was R. Kelly and Greg and him. R. Kelly, Greg, and Greg's ex-wife. She was in the middle.
Yes.
So that's only 2 pictures I know of that he got with R. Kelly.
Well, this is we want to know, why is he so against R. Kelly? If R. Kelly was good to him back in the day, why is he doing this? And when I say why is he so good to him, let me explain this to you, Bet. Levi's been on the other side with the team, and they're against R. Kelly, and he rides hard with this team, and we not understanding how he's capable of riding so hard with his so-called cousins, enemy that want R. Kelly locked up in jail. We don't understand how he could be that type of man to be behind another blogger, but he wouldn't do it on his platform, but he would be behind another man and they would be speaking bad about R. Kelly.
The only thing I could say to that is, I guess everybody got their price. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean.
You don't know what the people who want R. Kelly locked up or got some type of vendetta against him or whatever. You don't know what they might be to step to Greg and offer him money-wise or whatever. That give you something to think about.
Well, it's already been put out in the air that everybody is working together, and what we've been seeing, everybody is working together. And even if he knew R. Kelly, like you say, he met him, you wouldn't think he would be going around representing this man. Like, because, for example, he said on another blogger's channel that if he walked in the courthouse room and seen R. Kelly and, you know, all the victims or the jury depressed, that he will automatically think R. Kelly's guilty. So basically, he's putting it in the atmosphere that he thinks R. Kelly's guilty. But you've been saying you his cousin and that you ride with him and this is your guy. I just, you know, we just don't understand that.
Because to speak into what you're saying, this is my first time hearing about him being against, with some other people against R. Kelly, because when you look at when he first started that channel all the way up until he took it down, all he was talking about is my cousin, this and that, my cousin didn't do it, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, you done flipped the script. So it sounds to me like somebody that put a bug in his ear, or maybe that offered him whatever to turn R. Kelly in for him to change like that.
They said he been sending money to the prosecutors on R. Kelly's case. Like he's, you know, they're trying to say he's one of the main reasons why R. Kelly is still in jail and didn't get no bond, because they've been sending the judges and people information about certain bloggers, and he's been coming after certain bloggers trying to put them in jail. Now, is he, you know, is he a pastor? That's what I want to know. Is he a pastor?
You know what? I would have to say, is he a pastor? He's not established, if you know what I mean.
Okay. What is he a Muslim?
Is he equipped? Is he equipped where he could be a really good minister? Yeah, he could be. Because you know, you got a lot of people who got away with the word and they can get down, but they just ain't out there as reverend or pastor so and so. So he got the ability to be a minister. But like I told you, he
running from God.
He running. And I would like to tell him good luck with that. Because you can run all you want, and you trust me, but I can tell you from experience, you ain't getting nowhere with that.
Oh no. You said he has scammed some people in the past. Why they didn't put him in jail?
I think most of the time, if you can't prove, you know, like if somebody come and personally steal money from you, you really don't have no way of, you know, proving it, taking it to court. So a lot of us got people that owe us money, and the first time we say, well, shit, I just got to chalk it up to experience, and you know, it's not really anything you can do legally. When somebody even came and stole whatever, you know, from you personally, what can you do?
Why wasn't he playing no basketball if you say he was so tall?
When I first met him, my family and some other people would always ask him that. And I think he had some type of, he would tell us he had an injury on one of his legs or something, and you know, couldn't play ball. It was either that or, again, we right back to square one.
Okay.
He's running.
You know,
if you had to step up to the plate and become something with significance to it, then here come everybody. Well, just be honest. If he had became a professional ball player, then you got a lot of people that would be, especially if you really came from it, here come everybody.
Hold on, Star. He only got one daughter. Do the daughter live in California?
Not anymore.
Oh, so she did live in California.
She was in New York for a minute too.
Okay. And she didn't have a relationship with her dad?
Not really. I think he was there physically, But, you know, to really just be there the way she needed them, no.
Wow. Do he got money? Because he said a couple months ago that he paid $1,300 to put some people in jail. And you told me he on a bike in the basement. Do he got money like that to go put $1,300 down?
If he do have some money, he got the money y'all and sent him.
I ain't send him nothing. Thank God I didn't. You can't get me to send nobody. I gotta see. You no, ma'am. You can't get me to send him nothing. You know, and I don't know if people.
With all the people that just sent him money, whatever he able to do with money, what he able to, because y'all have sent it.
No, not us over here. You know, a bunch of people on his page didn't send it, unfortunately, but not over here. We ain't no dummies over here. So he didn't get our money, but he did get a lot of people's money. And I know my people in the UK is watching, and you know, we do know his name. It's confirmed it is his name. This lady contacted me on his channel, well, on my channel, under a comment, and she got in touch with me. She's not the only one that has got in touch with me. It's been several people got in touch with me about Gregory. I just decided that I would bring Bet on here because I've been talking to her for a couple of days, and I feel like yeah, he's living off of the supporters. That's sad.
It was another lady that has a YouTube channel, and she's well known. Because I had a friend call me because notification of Levi Kelly popped up on her phone, and she called me. This was about maybe, I would say, back in the summer. This summer, 2020.
Okay.
She called me and she said, Yvette, I'm not going to mention the lady's name.
You don't have to.
She said, are you hip to this lady so-and-so, you know, got her own? I said, I know just who you talking about. She said, guess what? She said, I think she was like the first to openly come out and let everybody know that she was hip to Levi not being R. Kelly's cousin. She called him a super fan.
Oh, our Levi. You know what? I want you to touch bases on that because there's been a little rumor in the air that this man, you know, might be a little gay, allegedly. So you did tell me a little story about that. Go ahead and share with the people.
The only thing is what I have noticed about him when I first met him, you know, I don't really know what a person does when they alone in their own time, or no one knows what goes on behind closed doors. But I noticed that me and my family and some other people, we would kind of get on him all the time about just spending too much time talking about homosexual issues and gay issues, and, you know, why are you so diligent and steadfast on talking about, you know, gay men and gay this and gay that. So I don't know what his sexuality is, but I know he is very paranoid in that area, shall I say.
Why would he be paranoid in that area? A straight man.
I have no idea. He just talks about it and just gay bash and.
But didn't you say he attract gay men?
All the time.
Speak on that a little bit, because somebody else said he attract gay men.
He just always had, when we would be out, you know, just in public and just going places, every time I saw, like if we went to the grocery store, and it would be a couple of gay men that I knew that, you know, worked in the grocery store. Every time they would see him, they would just get this look like it's like somebody plugged a Christmas tree in.
Wow. He attracted gay men.
Like, oh wow. And then I knew some gay men, like, okay, if we were we was always in the grocery store because we was always buying stuff, and we would go over his house and have like cookouts and get-togethers and stuff. So me, him, and his mother was always like shopping and stuff. And she even noticed it too, and she would say, "Wow, they sure do like my son," you know. And he would like kind of frown and stuff, and then I would look at him, and we would look at each other, and he was like, he said, "Everywhere I go, damn, they just, you know." I say, "You know what? They just like what they see."
Wow, that's interesting. Well, that I want to say thank you for coming on. And if you have any questions, or I do have one more question before I end with you. They said, will one of his family members stand up, and say they knew he was doing this scheme? Because hopefully it goes somewhere where it needs to go. I'm a little dog in this fight, so I don't.
You know what? Honestly, the best I could do in that area is, and it's no guarantee. The few people that I talked to in his family, I could ask them if they would be willing to do what I'm doing. Maybe they would, but what I know about them, they probably would decline.
Well, if you know any family members that just can vouch for what you're saying, that you do know him, that'd be great. And you could get back in touch with me because you got my number, and then we could set it up on my channel, and we could bring one of his family members on here, and all three of us could be on here, and they could just vouch for what you're saying. So I don't have a problem doing that. Just get back in touch with me, and we'll set that up if one of Gregory's family members want to come on here. Okay. And then somebody he's been playing a lot of games. He got a gift for gab, but God don't like ugly. And
it's gonna get, well, actually, honestly, it's already caught up with him.
Really? What you mean by that?
Because he's being exposed. Okay, I went to check my YouTube channel yesterday.
Okay.
Because I told you I look up like 3 channels, and every day I check these channels, and before I could get to what I normally look up, I saw you out of nowhere.
Wow, it must have been God.
I don't think that's coincidental.
No, because I don't reach out to everybody that leaves a comment or leave an email, because I'm very skeptical when it comes to dealing with different people. So I don't know. I finally seen you say something, and I reached out to you, and I really am glad that I reached out to you, Vet. And like I told you, it's not about you. We're not here to bash you. And if you could get one of Gregory's family members just to vouch who you are, and not even vouch who you are, and just tell us that this man ain't Levi for Kelly, because everybody is truly thinking that, or even if they want to just come on here and say, is he the cousin? Are they R. Kelly's cousin? Because if Levi is R. Kelly's cousin, then his family members would be his cousin, right?
And his family members will be able to come forth and say, he really is kin to us. But from what I've heard, one of the biological brothers, even he have said, I don't know who he had to interview, like, the media, like, the talk shows and stuff like Extra and those kind of shows, entertainment shows. But from what I've heard in the last few weeks or whatever, I think he's heard about him supposed to allegedly being the cousin.
Hold on, y'all. Go ahead and hit that like button, y'all, and subscribe if you like this channel. I had to throw that in there. I ain't said that yet.
One of R. Kelly's biological brothers recently have said also that this guy is not kin to us.
Really? Yeah, now we know the brother said that he's not kin, but you close to his Gregory's family. So you, like you said, you just got off the phone with the auntie 2 days ago. So it was meant for you to get in touch with me, and I will be waiting on you to call me. Just even let me know if the family member want to come on here. I don't mind bringing you guys on here. And like I said before, I'm a small channel. I just started my channel, And I just want our, because a lot of people's been in this fight for a couple of years now, and we have seen this man. He's done a lot. He got that gift of gab. He gets to singing. He tries to look like R. Kelly. He tries to portray like R. Kelly. And actually, he has hurt a lot of women by taking their money by doing that. And there's laws against that. And I've always said I'm a small dog in this fight. But I do research, and I reach for the big dogs. And when I do study something, I go in hard on that. So now that I got you on here, I'm just going to have to prove and get one of the family members on here, and I will do that. I will do that. Since he's not good with his family members, I will bring whoever would like to come on here and tell their story. And that's how we're going to end that. But Vet, I have kept you too long, and I truly appreciate you. And I'm sending out my blessings your way. And you just keep up your strong spirit, Miss Lady. You're a beautiful lady.
I definitely will. And like I said before, there isn't anything that anyone say that goes with the territory. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I've had so much happen to me in life. I don't think anybody can do anything else. But
okay. So basically, you letting them know you ready for what they got for you coming after this.
You can say whatever you want to say. I'm gonna sit here and stay steadfast in what I got to say.
Exactly, and I like that spirit.
As long as I stay with the truth, I'm gonna be fine. I live my life by two things. I live my life by truth and principality.
Is there? I'll let you give a closing to Levi, since you said you ain't spoke to him in a little bit. You could give him a couple words of encouragement on, what he did with the. You just go ahead and say whatever you feel like you're saying.
I just wanted to let him know, I really wish that you hadn't stooped to the level that you have and playing on the sympathy of R. Kelly's fan base. Usually when a person is very sympathetic towards a person or a cause, they have a tendency to be giving from their heart. And why would you take money from these people knowing they want some type of justice for R. Kelly? Why would you play on that? And I really know, I've been knowing you too long, and I know you to be a little bit better than how you handling this. And that's pretty much what I got to say.
Okay. Oh, he's saying he don't know you or none of that, but that's fine, because you know this man. You know him way better. Well, from what I've talked to you behind the scenes, you know him very well. And from what I've seen in the past in his record, he's R. Kelly's cousin. So what do we believe out of him? I don't believe shit he say. Excuse my French, but I just don't. I have to be honest. I'm not a fake person. I've been watching him on other bloggers' channels and getting information about him, and I believe you. I truly believe you, and my platform is open to any family member that wants to come on here of Gregory's, and if they got a message to Gregory out there, because like you said, he's on the run. Nobody really know where he is on that bike. He don't even got no car. He put-tutting on a bike, and it's finna snow, girl. How he gonna get around on that bike in the snow?
Well, he'll probably put the bike up and just, get his walk on, catch the bus,
And do you know a Larry? Do you know a Larry guy that's connected with Greg?
No, I don't. When you mention Dana or Larry, I don't know either one of them.
Okay. I didn't. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that publicly, that you don't know them at all.
Let me also say this. The reason why I don't know of a lot of people that's rhyming and chiming in is because I don't have to know y'all. You understand? Y'all the one that's Johnny come lately to him. When I first met him, my daughter was in diapers. That was 31 years ago. Y'all can't tell me nothing about him. So y'all got the problem. Anybody that want to sit up talking about, well, she tripping, she psycho, she really don't know him. You the one coming, Johnny come lately to this. I've been knowing him since we was in our 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can't tell me much.
Mm-hmm. Well, I believe you. And hey, you didn't give us information than anybody else on these YouTube streets when you raising money on R. Kelly, you know, and just for him to say he's for R. Kelly, it's really touching my heart because
you just said Levi was just saying that he don't know me and all of that.
Yes.
You don't have the guts
What?
to give me a call.
Hold on, what's not making sense? I'm gonna let you. What's not making sense? It seems like you got a question. They said they hope this is some legit stuff. It's not making sense. What part's not making sense? I don't understand what part's not making sense because I'm not gonna bring anybody on the platform if I haven't fact checked anything. And of course, people could say what they want to say, but the thing is, this lady is here, and she wanted to come to let us know about how she feel about Gregory, and it wasn't even a bad thing. You said you don't understand this lady's purpose. What is your purpose for coming on here again?
He needs to. Well, first of all, he shouldn't have never did it. And if he was going to do it, he should have did it right. Because he do know R. Kelly. And he should have stepped to y'all on the real and kept it right and told everyone how he really knows him. And he didn't have to lie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to combat lies, deception, and trickery. Mm-hmm. And that's what y'all been faced with. See, y'all sent him money, and now you hurt. I ain't sent him $1. How about that one? So I ain't got nothing to do but sit here and tell the truth. Now, you either can roll with the truth or don't roll with it. I said it before, and I'm going to say it in this last note. The truth in this world has been here before Yvette Church, and when Yvette Church is long gone, the truth will still be here. How about that one?
No, she don't have a page. This is just a regular lady. She's not on YouTube or anything. She's been following Levi's page and trying to leave comments and watching him because that's the only way from what she's saying, the only way that the family members, you know, has been keeping the track of him is on this YouTube page. And I guess they basically been at home saying, why is he doing this? And can't nobody really stop a grown man from scheming and making the money. So basically his hustle's been living off of women. It was his mother at first, and then it was the women. And now it was R. Kelly's supporters, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Okay.
I wonder if Greg could walk in.
Do you live in Taylor?
Yeah.
Do you know Chocolate?
No.
Chocolate says she know you.
Is that her real name?
Is that Chocolate's real name? Because Vet does live in Taylor, and Chocolate was bringing up Vet's child. But this interview ain't about Vet's child. This interview is about how she know Levi. It's not about her character or anything. I have not seen this lady lie in not one conversation that we have had, and we have had multiple conversations. I wouldn't have brought her on here if we didn't fact check things. Okay, so I don't know who Chocolate is, but yes, Vet does live in Taylor. Ask Chocolate, is that her real name? Because Vet don't know anybody by Chocolate.
I'll pretty much deal with people's names, not their nicknames.
No, she won't. I'm sorry, y'all. She won't.
What
Okay.
they ask?
She'll never answer. I'm trying to figure out who is Chocolate. Okay, Bet. I'm finna get off this live, and I will get back in touch with you. Just you did a great job. I appreciate you coming in and sharing a little light on Levi for us. And actually, I don't even have to call him Levi because his name is Greg. He go by Greg with the family. And Vet's going to get one of the family members on here for me. I don't know, Chocolate. I was reading the comments. I was reading the comments too, but Chocolate never confirmed who Chocolate was. And I asked Vet, did Vet know Chocolate? But this ain't about Vet's. Chocolate was focusing on Vet's background with her child. Vet already told me the situation with her child. That's not the focus of this live. The focus of this live is to find out information about Greg, Levi, for Kelly. That's what this live is about. It's not about her past. That's the problem in YouTube. Everybody want to sit here and bring up somebody's background. Whatever she happened to happen, unfortunately, with her daughter, unfortunately, does not mean that this lady don't know Levi. That does not mean she don't know Levi. But that's y'all's option. Y'all can feel how y'all feel. Y'all can go back and watch the replay. And Vet's going to work on one of Gregory's family members if I could bring them on my platform. Until then, everybody have a good night. Thank you for coming. Please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Vet, thank you so much for coming on my platform. I appreciate everything. And you stay strong, Black lady, and I will stay in touch with you, okay?
Okay.
Have a good day.
You too, and thank you.
Thank you, everyone that came. You guys have a good day. Thank you, Prayer Changes. Starlight. Everyone that's